I'm on another level, higher than mezzanines.
We turn our attention to the world of professional bull riding as the PBR holds its World Finals.
Higher than bridges, higher than treetops. Yeah, and I'm kind of like a rocket, because once I launch, I cannot be stopped.
This is what they live for.
Never backing down. The stadium shake with a thunderous sound, and the crowd goes wild with champions standing tall, launching cannonballs at your crown.
Job complete.
My spirit relentless. When will they come to their senses? I'm about my business. My work is endless.
Coverage of the PBR World Finals continues on the Cowboy Channel. Pre-show time, Ride for Redemption, night number 2, right across from Mule Alley, which is part of the Stockyards District. That's an inside look at the Cowtown Coliseum, home of the world's first indoor rodeo and home of last weekend's 4 rounds and 2 nights here this week, here at midweek for this Ride for Redemption. 2 nights of action. I'm Justin McKee. Colby Yates and Matt West have been joining me every night, getting you ready for all the storylines. And we continue to bring you new twists and turns. And at the same time, Matt, opportunities for bull riders to still have that chance. Even though it may be slim and getting slimmer, there's always a chance to make it to AT&T Saturday and Sunday.
3 words. Here we go. We're going to find out who the final 5 are that are going to complete the field heading into AT&T Stadium. It is all or nothing. The Ride for Redemption, well, this is the time. You've got to ride in order to redeem your season here at the finals.
Colby, all a guy needs in bull riding is a chance, and everybody still has a chance.
Well, this is just a big opportunity, and for some guys, it is the opportunity or the only opportunity they've had so far. And we look at guys like Murillo Henrique Oliveira. He comes in from the team being able to get a choice from each team to pick one of their riders on their team to get in this, and he had the opportunity. But we talked about how big of an uphill climb this is. It only gets harder starting tonight.
All right, we had some contestants last night that had to get some rides. Top 5 move on to tonight to meet the guys who were not in the top 15 in the world and not in the top 5 at the finals, the last weekend, I should say, of the finals. And Callum Miller got it started, 5th place, 86 and 70.
I was so excited to see this ride right here. Callum Miller is one of my favorites, and he is such a tough athlete. Rides Prince Charming here for 86 3/4 points, and it's enough to get him to move on.
Yeah, Callum Miller is the guy that's been on our radar almost every weekend. One of the toughest guys in the sport. I've watched him battle through injuries and just keep fighting. So ecstatic that he's going to join the field here tonight.
Jan Victor Cunha was another guy that got a ride, and a ride had him in the top 5.
Well, I promise you, he didn't get just a ride. It was a big ride on Army Slasher, a bull that was his second time to ever be ridden in his life. That was a huge, huge out for Jan.
I don't know that there's a guy more physically fit in the field than Jan Victor Cunha. I mean, the guy looks like he's chiseled out of marble, but that doesn't win you buckles. And riding like this, it does. If he can do this again tonight, look out, because he might be punching his ticket to AT&T.
All right, Murillo, I should say, Henrique.
Don't worry, we're all going to mess it up. It's a new name. It's a new name, but
it's MHD. No, that doesn't help either.
Hey, well, listen, I promise you before too long, nobody is going to mess this name up. This kid is so hot. He is on fire, straight in from Brazil. He got drafted to the Carolinas team last year in the draft, but had to sit all year out. He just got here towards the end of the year. I'm telling you, you're going to see rides like that for a long time from this kid.
Good ride on Smooth Violation. Let's move to the top 2 because these 2 guys are getting ready to meet and not only have rides on both their bulls, but also easy names to pronounce like Bob Mitchell.
That right there that you're watching on the screen, that is exactly what he and I talked about last week. And the reason that he was excited that he went back to the Velocity Tour, that doesn't sound right, but that is a true statement. He went to the Velocity Tour. He had to focus on fundamentals, back to the basics, and that's what's going to be the key to success for Bob Mitchell, keeping it simple.
That's exactly right. I mean, sometimes that is what it is. You can get on tour, you can get in amongst the best bull riding in the world, and you can become complacent. That is right. You can become complacent. And so getting back onto that velocity tour is just what he needs. Maverick Smith, another great name for Justin over here to pronounce, and another great ride.
And another guy from Missouri. They said, show me the money. They're from the show me state, getting big points on both their bulls.
Go ahead, Maverick. Talk to me, Goose. Here's what the talking looks like. Because Maverick, he's flamboyant. He's loud. He loves the cameras. I'm lying about all of that. He lets his riding do the talking. Maverick Smith shows up here 2 weeks after being named a new member of the Missouri Thunder, and he said, look out, Ross Coleman, this is what I'm bringing to town.
You can say one thing. He was 2 for 2 last night. That is a big statement. Although he doesn't make a lot of big statements from his mouth, he makes them in the arena.
Here are your top 5, right? These are the guys we were talking about. They are moving on. But the thing about tonight is they have to ride that first bull tonight to have a shot.
That's just it. That's just it, Justin. They do have to ride their first bull. We're going to see them right out of the box. You're going to see these 5 highlighted guys, and they have to make 8 seconds and get a score on the board if they want to get on their second one or have hopes to go to AT&T.
As good as they were last night, it means absolutely nothing tonight. They're starting with a clean slate. Everybody starts with a clean slate across the board. What have you done for me lately?
All right, so we've got 22 guys that are going to compete. We're looking for the top 5. We've got 17 guys who did not make it into the top 15 of the world standings or the top 5 of the event last weekend. Are they leftovers? No. Yeah, kind of. They are.
Kind of. They've got a chance to redeem their season.
It's the ride for redemption, so they can redeem themselves and not be leftovers anymore. And that
I'm getting hungry.
Means, yeah, me too, always. That means we got to go to a break right now. We got to regroup because we've got a whole lot of shaking going on right here in midweek PBR World Finals live on the Cowboy Channel.
All right, Maverick Smith experienced so much success last night, but the battle truly begins this evening. He has to knock one down to even have a chance at making it to AT&T Stadium. What are you taking from last night into tonight?
Same mentality, just ride both my bulls and hopefully it'll work out.
Have you always kept such a simple mentality when it comes to bull riding?
I try to. Bull riding's a really simple sport, and I think it helps if you're simple-minded about it.
Where do you take your mind to? Do you leave your nerves at the door, or are there any nerves at all?
No, I don't think. I just love it, so I don't think there's any nerves.
It doesn't seem like you have much emotion about anything. Do you get excited? Do you get sad, Maverick?
Yeah, I get excited. Last night I was happy afterwards, but I just don't show it, I guess.
What was the celebration like last night?
Mainly just calling back home and my dad telling me good job and whatever, but that's about it.
Does your dad give you any good advice?
Oh yeah, he helps me keep it simple and stay out of my head.
Well, that's good. Well, you've had some big things happen to you. Exactly 2 weeks ago today, you were drafted on a new team. How has that helped your mental performance?
Oh, it's great. I've been staying at Ross's house, and he's great for you and your bull riding and makes you believe in yourself. And yeah.
Did Ross give you anything to say or to do tonight?
Just same deal, just ride both my bulls.
All right, Maverick's keeping it simple. Ride both bulls and get straight to the top, guys.
Are you kidding me? Come on, Haley Novak. How could you not tell how excited Maverick Smith is? You could not feel the energy coming through? I mean, my goodness, this kid's obviously fired up, guys.
She obviously didn't know Ross's pump-up deal. It's like, be careful, man. That's everybody knows that.
She obviously doesn't know Maverick Smith is that guy 100% of the
so
time.
funny.
I love it.
If I interview him, I'm going to get him a Monster Energy drink to slam before we go on.
Better get him two.
Anyway, I do like his matchup a lot. Let's get to it because he was spectacular on two bulls last night. Here's the leader and the bull that he will face tonight.
Well, we talk about diversification, and that's exactly what Maverick Smith is. He can ride them away from his hand, into his hand, and he's got two really good bulls. The one that I like is his second one, so he's going to have to ride his first one to get there. One Chance is a good bull, little black bull that should turn back to the left away from his hand, and I see this going his way all day.
Look, we're having fun with how quiet and reserved he is, but let me tell you something. This kid is an absolute dog in the arena. I mean, this guy has got all the tools and talent to be a big-time player in this world of professional bull riding.
I'm looking forward to him. I watched him in rodeo last year, finished in the top 25 in the world. He won the Reno Extreme Bulls, won Ellensburg Rodeo, and so he's got lots of talent. Mountain Grove, Missouri. He's only 21 years old. Bob Mitchell, twice to the PBR World Finals. He's the number 2 man. Rode both of his bulls, as we explained earlier. He, too, has got his work cut out for him tonight.
Just keeping it in Missouri right here. Another one, talented guy from Missouri, Bob Mitchell, obviously. He has a great bull tonight. He made 2 really solid bull rides last night. Just like he said, he's kind of rejuvenating, needing to find that, that passion for why he is here, being the top bull rider in the world, and made some good bull rides tonight. This is a rematch. He has been on whip 2 times previously, and they both the times buck him off.
All right.
Big fan of Bob Mitchell. I've said it for weeks now. I mean, this guy, he's as tough as they come. He keeps it simple. Tonight, he's just got to show up and do his job.
All right. As we talk about the competition, it is the last 5 guys that survive tonight that will move on to AT&T and get to ride against the guys that have already qualified. Working our way down to the short rows. After tonight, we have 4 rounds remaining at AT&T Saturday and Sunday after Kid Rock on Friday night. So stick around. We will continue to get you ready for the second night of Ride for Redemption at the PBR World Finals, coming up live after the pre-show right here on the Cowboy Channel. Growing in popularity during the PBR World Finals, in conjunction with, I should say as well, the Women's Rodeo World Championships. That's Martha Angeloni. She just wrapped up her third consecutive all-around title with the WRWC, and you can see why. She continues to rope great, was entered in the team roping, both heading and heeling, and of course in the breakaway roping. She's a beast, and congratulations to Martha, as we also want to congratulate all the ladies who are working their way into the Saturday performance. Matt, they get to ride in front of that big PBR crowd in AT&T.
Got a chance to talk to Kylie Walls earlier today, 19-year-old that we're going to see competing part of the Kid Rock's Rockin' Rodeo, about the Women's Rodeo World Championship. And she said, what an incredible opportunity for all of these ladies. And it's everything we've talked about, right? Putting them on the biggest stage possible, but maybe more importantly, putting a huge pile of money in their direction.
Speaking of huge piles of money, I got a guy that has won $1 million as a 2022 world champion. No. And it's Dalen Swearigan. You know, he's originally from New York, and he is not in AT&T yet. But he could after tonight. To find out more about this story, Haley Novak caught up with him earlier.
Well, the 2022 world champ is here at the PBR Unleash the Beast Finals, making his way through Cowtown Coliseum, fighting his way through Cowtown Coliseum. Dalen, what have you thought about your world finals so far?
Yeah, I'm here, so it hasn't been the world finals that I want, but I'm ready to go tonight and ready to fight my way in there.
You have one of the best mentalities of the PBR. I feel like no matter what happens, you always get up, get off, and realize that it all starts anew. Where did that come from?
Man, I think, the year I won the world, I bucked off in the first round, got a re-ride, bucked off in the first round, and then went to ride, and, anything can change. It's a game of 8 seconds, and then you got all day to think about it, and I've thought about it all week, and I'm ready to go.
You have had all week. What have you done since the last bull you got on here?
Bucked some bulls, got on the drop barrel. My body's feeling really good, kind of just recovered and got my body feeling good again, and I'm ready to go.
That's something you've been fighting all year, hasn't it been? Your body's been not really cooperating with what your mind wants to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I took the whole month of December off with kind of some head injuries, and my shoulder and hip, everything's feeling pretty good and ready to roll in this week.
What was that head injury exactly?
I was just getting knocked out really easy, and this is a game where you got to take a hit, and I've been good lately, knock on some wood, but yeah.
All right. It has been said, though, since you are a movie star, you're part of a new movie, that could be a distraction to you, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not a distraction at all. I mean, it was a really cool opportunity, and definitely everybody should go watch the movie. But, no, it wasn't a distraction at all.
You've been going to all these premieres and everything. I mean, that's just been speculation, but you've been zoned in the entire time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think, it's no fault to that stuff. I think it just boils down to, bearing down, and got to bear down tonight, and we'll see it.
What do you have out tonight?
I got 2 really good bulls. I got Mr. Wilson in the first round, and then a bull I've been on in Denver this year, Prince Charming, and ready to get some revenge on him.
Mr. Wilson, that should be a good one.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a really good bull. I was excited to get him.
All right, Dalen, what do you take your mind to these moments before tonight? What point do you lock in and get ready to go?
Probably as I'm walking down in there, like a section before, I kind of go into my own world, and here I'm just going to joke around and have a good time, and then once I head down to the building, it's time. It's game time.
It's game time. All right, we can't wait to see it. Dalen Swearigan, he'll be out tonight in the Ride for Redemption.
He's had some injuries. He missed 7 events. Matt and I was talking about it before we started the show. He's number 29 in the world standings. He only rode 1 out of 4 bulls the first weekend, so he's on the outside looking in. That's the hardcore stats. Now, let's talk about this movie.
The Last Rodeo. It comes out May 23rd. It's hitting theaters. Buy your tickets right now. A lot of really cool people in this movie, including Neil McDonough, including Dalen Swearigan, Michael T. Williamson.
And you.
And I'm in it, Skosh.
No, seriously. So Dalen has a major speaking role in this movie.
Dalen's actually one of the main characters. He plays a character called Billy Hamilton, and it's an incredible story put together by Neil McDonough and Angel Studios, who are all about faith-based family movies. You can take the entire family, so grab grandma and grandpa, grab the kids, all go get a big bowl of popcorn and get ready.
So, in all seriousness,
it's an incredible movie.
What role do you play?
I actually play a character who is a PBR announcer named Matt West, believe it or not, and I'm pretty obvious.
I was hoping you were going to be like a washed-up rodeo judge or something.
Could have been an old washed-up bull rider.
All announcers are, in fact, a washed-up rodeo judge. Let's talk about the matchup with Dalen Swearigan here tonight and Mr. Wilson. Colby Yates, I know you're chomping at the bit.
Oh, I am. You know, I really like this bull right here. You can see, turns back to the right. He'll turn back to the left. This is actually a different bull, but Mr. Wilson is a lot like this one right here. He'll go either direction. And you think about it in this arena, these bulls, because these buck and shoots are a little bit at an angle, it kind of tends to make these bulls do something different. But the difference is in Dalen is he can ride either direction, and he's ready to do it today.
Yeah, different bull you're looking at there, but the same Dalen Swearigan, same Dalen that won the gold buckle a couple of years ago. Here's a guy that hasn't won a gold buckle, but a lot of people say one of the greatest of all time that hasn't become a world champion, and Joao Ricardo Vieira, the 40-year-old fan favorite that everybody in the locker room, everybody in every arena across the country and across the world is cheering to see that $1 million smile make its way to AT&T Stadium.
Look for something big in the first round. He has a bull called Judgment Day, and then here in the second round, he should get wild card all day long. He's ridden this bull before, 87 1/4 points.
13th PBR World Finals for the 40-year-old JRV.
Yeah, the 2013 Rookie of the Year in the PBR. Now we've got a family story to talk about. A couple of brothers, both on the outside looking in, but both still have an opportunity for redemption.
Well, we like to call them Little Salty and Big Salty. Tiago Salgado and Adriano Salgado, both great, very, very talented bull riders, but fundamentally they look just complete opposite. You know, you wouldn't even think that they were brothers. One's real big, one's real small, and they ride completely different too. But it's really cool to watch them pull for each other as they go.
Guys that are typically on different sides of the fence. They are on two different teams during PBR teams, but they always, and I mean always, find a spot to cheer on their brother. Watching these two cheer for each other all season long, and especially if they can get to AT&T Stadium. You want to talk about tugging on the old heartstrings a little bit? If you get these guys both advancing into AT&T Stadium, look out, because I promise you there's going to be some tears shed.
Well, and that's just the thing, too, about this, Justin, is that when you get into this Ride for Redemption round, especially into today, you talk about guys like JRV, Dalen Swearigan, Tiago, Adriano. I mean, these are the best of the best in the world. And so it's like, okay, the 5 guys that came in from last night, their back's against the wall for sure. They're going to have to put the pedal down.
Real quick, I want to make it very, very clear that we're still looking at the best bull riders in the world. We might have called them the leftovers earlier, but we just taken out the top 15 in the world. They're still the top 40 guys that we're looking at. We just took the top 15. We said, here you go wait for the rest of the field over there. Yeah. We're still looking at the guys we've watched on TV all season long.
All right, so there you have it. We are getting near the starting and the opening ceremonies. One more segment here in the pre-show. We're going to look at some of those matchups in just a moment. Once again, AT&T Stadium will be the home of the final weekend of the PBR World Finals. Kid Rock Friday night and then Saturday, Sunday will be the final 4 go-arounds. It will also feature Women's Rodeo World Championship finals for big money. Well, we see some extraordinary things, haven't we? Some great rides, some amazing personalities, and always the unexpected and the danger through and through.
Yeah, hard to believe we're just about halfway through this week, too. You know, I mean, everything that's happened in Cowtown Coliseum, magnify it times 100 when we get to AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, easy to do in AT&T.
Well, it is. I mean, what a great venue. It brings the energy. That's exactly what all these guys have been waiting for all year long, to get to that final stage and compete, especially tack on that $1 million, and it makes it well worth it.
Now let's take a look at some of the matchups tonight. Murillo, Enrique, Oliveira. How about that, huh? Just slides right off your tongue, going up against round 2, a rock and roll tonight.
Man, I really like rock and roll. It's a little black and white bull that should turn back into Murillo's hand, and we've seen what he can do. He's ridden 5 out of his last 6 bulls. He can do it all day long into his hand.
Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. If that bull turns back into his hand, game over. This kid really impressed me last night on his ride. I hadn't got to see a lot of him, just like everybody else, but have seen a lot of this guy. Anderson de Oliveira came in to the World Finals as the #1 rookie at the tender age of 38. De Oliveira has had to bounce back a little bit, and you saw that little limp right there. He's going to need to show up a little healthier tonight.
It gets a little harder when you get to that age. You know?
Come on, he's a rookie.
Well, I mean, you know, this is a super talented bull rider, and I guarantee you, if he can get through this pain, he has 2 great bulls tonight. John 14-6 is going to start it off, and this one right here should be. We've seen him be 90 on this bull before. You got to watch out for guys like Daniel Keeping, because when he goes into his hand, he can get some big points.
Yeah, and Keeping loves being here in Fort Worth, Texas. You can see that right there, the enthusiasm that he brings, big part of the Texas Rattlers and their run to a gold buckle a couple of team seasons ago. He's going to feel very motivated coming in this evening.
Great, hitting a great bull. Big Mac is going to turn back to the left, really get up in the air, really show he should be. High 80s, could possibly push the 90-point ride for Daniel Keeping.
All right, we got that rookie race that's still alive. We've got a couple of the guys here that are in that rookie race. Hudson moved to #1, but these guys still had that opportunity.
Well, they do. For Anderson de Oliveira, if he wants to keep those hopes alive, he has to get through tonight and get inside that top 5. For Elismar Jeremias, he is a force to be reckoned with. You talk about the way that he can ride. He has Snuggles, which is a great bull that we've seen him be high 80s on before, Ford McCoy bull.
Here's the good news. What's going to happen tonight? The gate's going to open. Snuggles is going to turn back to the right. Elismar is going to be there when that 8-second horn goes off. He's going to start tonight with a score. Elismar is going to be a dangerous competitor in these 2 rounds this evening.
All right, let's talk about the bulls. What kind of bulls are we going to see in this?
I really like it. You know, I was a little bit, discouraged in the bulls for the guys last night as it, showed out. They actually rode more bulls last night than they did, or than I thought they were going to ride. But tonight, I feel like they're going to ride everything, and there's so many of these guys that should ride 2 bulls. So it'll be pretty interesting to see.
I agree. I think tonight's a riding contest, and I think who shows off the most. I think who dominates and can really get that rider over bull score into their advantage, because at the end of the day, we came to see bull riding, and tonight we're going to get our money's worth.
All right, get your predictions. Last night they rode more than you guys thought they would.
Yeah.
What about tonight? How many? Come on, let's
I'm
come
kind
with some
of with
numbers
Colby.
here.
I'm kind of with Colby. I think we ride more than half. I'll say that.
Oh, more than half.
More than
that
half.
is quite a prediction.
Ooh,
It's a bold
that
prediction.
is. We're not going to go half.
Oh, come on. You said all of them.
Well, I mean, I like it, but, this is the World Finals, so these are the best of the best, so I'm not going to throw a big number out there.
I'm always going to bet on the riders.
I know you
Always.
are.
I say at least 5 guys ride 2 bulls, so.
All right, there you
Just
go.
5?
That's the pre-show. We've got the big show, opening ceremonies coming up immediately. If I can get these guys broke up, we're going to go to the big show.